You're a savage. I can't keep up with you. Good job. And Big Johnny, I was with, what is it called? Can you check to see what that's called? A family of wrestlers, a dynasty. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was with the Rhodes today.
Oof.
Yeah. So I am friends with Dustin Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
He's around my age. He's
Yeah.
wrestling. He's over at AEW, and I think he just became the champion. But we have a great connection because we're dog guys.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why so many wrestlers are just real dog guys. But we talk, and I think we came about it because of the fact that he was doing something. And he had my shirts on.
Mm-hmm.
The legend never dies, and that's the photo of Elvis.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, what's going on? He goes, dude, I love what you do and everything. So I was with the Cody Rhodes, who just won the WWE.
Right. Title.
Yeah, and so he just won the biggest title in big-time wrestling
Mm-hmm.
in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two were out there with him at SummerSlam. And then they flew out here. And then I got messages all day yesterday from their agent, from Billy Gunn and stuff. They're in town. They want to train with you. And I'm like, great.
Let's go.
But dude, what is it called when it's the family? Nepotism. So Joseph was there,
Mm-hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, and these guys have nepotism, which is funny because most of society will go, well, see, it's getting handed to them. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Just because they have the name, they're actually going to have to be better than everybody else. Just because you get through the door because of the family name. Great. It's still that you have to actually prove that you're worthy of it.
Sure.
Yeah, an extra layer of hate is a great point Jeff makes, and understanding of you have to be extra good because this is your legacy.
Sure.
Your family's legacy. Sorry. So these kids were focused, and they sucked up knowledge. It was so. The contrast I had from this weekend's expo, where there's these kids, and I'm talking 30 years old, teens,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
can't look you in the eye. You know, they shake head down. They ask you questions in an odd manner to two kids that are 19 and 21. A lot of handshake, looking you directly in the eye. Hello, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. And the passion they have for wrestling and lifting and the way they sucked up knowledge today was amazing. I just absolutely loved it. And it was a nice contrast from this weekend. It's kind of like it's how you're raising Peter.
Absolutely. Gotta respect. You got to do the right things. Definitely got to look at somebody's eyes when you're talking to them, for sure. And that's one of the big things. He's got to earn his way, right? He's got to work hard. He's got to be able to do his things himself.
But they were both that way. They were both just good kids. And again, I go back to the expo this weekend, and I know that this COVID thing locked down everybody. I put it back on the parents. Where were the parents these last 4 or 5 years teaching these kids that are now 19, 20 years old proper manners or proper eye contact or how to interact with a person?
I mean, unfortunately, it was been a bad 4 years all the way around. I think obviously because of the virus and all that stuff and all what it did, right? With the isolation, the way people treated people. I mean, think about that. Like, we were taught to stay away from somebody as far as possible, at least 6 foot. Younger kids, right, that are being wired at that point. We talk about being wired. Parents, I have no idea, because most parents were at home. So you should have been around your kid more, right? I know I was around Peter a lot more. He was with me every single day, and we were essential. So he used to come to the office with me every day, right? So at that point, like, I don't think there's a real excuse, but people let too much bull or BS get away and let their kids do whatever the hell they want. And, like participation trophies, feeling sorry for kids. There's nothing wrong. I mean, there's a lot of problems out there as far as that goes. I think. I don't know. I think the small percentage of us that raise our kids properly, God bless you guys. I mean, because you know what? Hopefully they're gonna be a cut from the cloth from us, and not the way that everything else is going in society. And hopefully this will change.
Yeah, I'm not going to be as nice as you. I'm not going to. There's no excuse.
I don't think there's an excuse.
The government, and you are the parents. Freaking teach your kids at that point. If they're not going to school, then it's on you to teach them. And man, did they drop the ball.
I agree. Listen, I agree. I don't think it's tough. It's a tough thing. It really was. Like, even like, because we had Peter at that time, like he had to go to like school through the computer, which was nothing. It was half-assed. It was garbage, right? There was no other structure except for what we set up for Peter. There was people that were working that probably they weren't paying attention to their kid as much, or just let them do whatever the hell they want. I don't know.
Went outside. You still had conversations with your own son. You still did.
For sure.
How he had. And what I don't understand is when I went to school, the joke, and I see it now on social media, the joke was, don't homeschool your kid, like in the 80s. Your kid's going to be weird. And it was. And they were weird freaking kids. They would show up and they'd be odd.
Yeah.
You sure they could regurgitate it and they could do the college classes while they're still in junior high school and high school.
Right.
And now what's funny is the memes are coming out going, 85, don't homeschool your kid, it'll be weird. 2025, public school, kid identifies as an animal.
I know. Dude, well, that's the other thing, right? Like, some parents didn't have a choice for the last 4 years in some instances, depending on where they lived. And you had a choice to move out of where you lived then if that was the case, and you couldn't direct what was going to happen to your kid. Some states were like that. I mean, I give you much praise for staying in California, because there's no way I could do with some of those laws. So at that point, like, you got to protect your kid. Your kid is everything. Like, that is everything to you. Like, that is something that came out of your body. That should be your number one, aside of yourself, your number one investment. Like, that's your legacy. That's everything to you. But, that's the other thing too, Mike. Some of these people, they don't think like that, and they could care less about their kids, or their kids are just another couple $100 every month that they can add on their tab. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's people out there that they don't deserve kids and they have kids, and there's people that deserve kids that will never be able to have kids, and it just is what it is. So, for those good people out there, like, do the right thing, have your kid do the right thing, so we can get these generations in line. I mean, that's the only thing. We got to make change. We got to make people aware. And I think it's starting to happen to a certain degree, where the dumb BS is going away, and people are like, all right, I'm sick of this, right? Like, all right, well, we're sick of this. Like, it's time to move on. So,
yeah.
I
think you're right. I think you're right. I just think there's a lot of, somebody said the other day, and it was a great point. It was me. I was shooting the gun, and I'm sitting there shooting the gun. I've shot guns for 30 years.
Yeah.
But again, it's goofing around. It's USO tours. I'm lucky enough to be able to go somewhere to a gun range and shoot something.
Right.
Never took it serious. And so I said to this place I go now, and I said, well, I've never taken it serious. You guys have got a pretty clear, teaching ability for me. And they go, well, we got to see what kind of bad habits you develop, because you have messed around with it. And I'm like, oh, that's a great point. It's a great point in all aspects. In lifting, I have to now change everything that you went in there and messed around with, or your nutrition, your ideas of nutrition, or parenting, or these kids that are going like this. But again, proud of you and how you are with Peter. So proud of these kids. These kids were focused.
That's awesome.
sucked up knowledge. And again, it's a dynasty. You know, their uncles are Cody Rhodes and
Oh yeah,
Dustin Rhodes.
Dusty. Think about Dusty Rhodes. You know, for real.
So we got a third generation, possibly. Who? What did his dad? Dustin Rhodes.
What title is it?
No. I wonder if his dad. So, what do we got going on over at Titan Medical besides some hot girls this weekend?
Oof, well, we got
Reddit True Tide. We got one.
Did I read my email correct?
You did. It's back. It's back. It's
What is
back.
Reddit True Tide? And then I'll come back for a follow-up.
Yeah.
Sure.
What is it?
So-
How does it?
What is it? So it's a GLP-3, right? So we talk about GLP-1, which, you know, like we're talking about semaglutide. Then you talk about tirzepatide, which has 2 components. And then you talk about retatrutide, which has 3 components. So retatrutide was made basically like for people to be able to lose weight and be able to retain the muscle, because that was the biggest problem people were seeing with semaglutide, tirzepatide. People were taking these things, and yeah, they were losing weight, but they were losing muscle too along with it. So the whole point of this would be to help retain muscle and lose the weight. Like,
Why were they losing muscle?
Well, they were losing muscle because they weren't eating proper nutrition. And
Right, because it curbs the appetite.
right, and it slows digestion. So that's what it does.
Okay.
It does. It slows digestion, and that's how it curbs appetite, because you feel full, right? And then it empties after that. So, you know, with this, the problem is that a lot of people didn't have good nutritional habits going into taking these medications. And if they had good nutrition, they probably wouldn't have lost the muscle or as much, right? And when you're taking one of these GLPs, the things you really want to focus on, you want to focus on protein and you want to focus on fiber. Protein, obviously, you want to get as much protein as possible because you want to retain that muscle. And you want fiber so you can have the bowel movements. You don't want to get too constipated either, right? So this is something that people need to focus on when they're on these GLP diets. This GLP-3, retatrutide, the best thing about it is no nausea either. For most patients, they don't get any nausea. Patients who are on semaglutide, pretty bad. Tirzepatide, so-so. Retatrutide, basically gone. This is something that's been utilized by patients. This is something that's getting utilized out there in the bodybuilding world like crazy. Like you hear about when I scroll my feed, I can't believe I'm hearing all these retatrutide. I'm like, for real? Like, you know, okay. But it is what it is. I mean, it's a hot word.
You're running over it.
Subject.
I don't think they understand what you're talking about. Jump back for a second and tell them.
Sure. So we're talking about retatrutide. Retatrutide is a new GLP that's hitting
No.
now.
I don't mean that. I mean, what's going on in the fitness world with this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. So in the fitness community, everybody is using retatrutide. Why is everybody using retatrutide in the fitness community? Well, they might not be using the exact dose as a medical dose as a patient would use, or maybe they are. But the true reasons why they're using this is because essentially they're making their body work a lot better. This means their insulin is working optimally, right? It's working for you. Insulin sensitivity on your side. And then when we talk about, you know, some of the other effects that you get from this, being able to curb appetite and such, plus the cardiovascular benefits and all the other things that come with GLPs, I mean, it's a smart move. It's really a smart move to be able to use a GLP correctly and microdose it, than be able to use like some of these other things like clenbuterol, right? Or T3 or something that's really going to affect your body and not in a good way. So this is something that I think that, you know, obviously, listen, a lot of people have utilized this. A lot of people are utilizing GLPs in general. It's another tool in the tool belt. And it's something that's very, very, very effective, Mike. Very effective. Like, I've had girls in the office, no diet change, no exercise change, lose 15 pounds in 3 weeks. Like, that's pretty good, guys. Like, without changing anything. That's the thing. Like, my whole career, I've always wanted people to change their lifestyle for a healthy lifestyle, because that is what it took to be healthy, to lose weight, to feel good every day, to be able to really maximize your therapies. This is what the Titan lifestyle is about. But when these GLPs came in, they came cracking down the door, and a lot of people are like, I don't need to exercise to lose weight. I don't need to change my diet because I'm not barely eating when I'm going to stay on this for the rest of my life. Because that's essentially what's going on now. People are going to stay on this for the rest of their lives. And it's not because they need to. It's because they're going to want to. And it's not just because of the weight loss effect. It's because your body is running optimally. It's making it run optimally. And then it's creating all these other benefits. Like I said, cardiovascular benefits, this is already proven. So at this point, they're going for FDA approval on this. Okay? And it's probably not because the drug, it's probably because the drug is making people thinner and making their body work.
Side effect of the drug by going from 300 pounds to 200 pounds, so your cardiovascular is better. You're not carrying as much weight.
Yes. Now they're talking about cancer. Now they're talking about benefiting because it's cutting sugar. And we know that cancer fuels sugar, or sugar fuels cancer, excuse me. So at that point, like, if you're cutting down that sugar in the bloodstream, that's the one thing we always talk about. That is the number one anti-aging effect that you want to do. You want to slow down cellular deterioration. How do you do that? You get as much sugar out of your blood as possible. So you're not going to, you don't want to go too low, obviously, but if you're keeping your sugar at a good range, your longevity is going to be there. Cellular deterioration.
But what about most things your body adapts to? And
not adapt to this.
It will not adapt to this.
Now, to a certain extent, it will adapt. Now, we're talking about weight loss. Some people can go very high in dosage. Some people don't have to. Some people can stay at 25 units and use that. The drugs are usually titrated up. So whenever you use these drugs, usually after 4 weeks, you titrate up to a little bit of a higher dose. But that's only until the point where you plateau. So if you plateau, and you might have to move up. But if you don't plateau and you're still losing weight, you can still stay at that dose.
So you're saying these guys in the health and fitness world, and I know some of these people over at Gold, they're on T, but not a recommended dosage. They're on a much higher dose.
300 to 500 to 1,000, depending on who they are.
Somebody else's, somebody else's recommended dose. The big guys, the coach, the Instagram coach is recommended dose. I do great with clients. I got him on 700 T a week. Look how much weight he's put on. Yeah, he's purple, and he's 23 years old. So they're on that. They're on extra stuff. They're on anything to boost. They're free. They're IGF. And then on top of that, they're doing now this new, and they jumped to it pretty darn quick. A new product, a new thing, and jumped onto it. Now,
think about it. If you're taking growth, this replaces insulin. So, there's
breakdown on that.
So, all right. So basically, like, if you take growth hormone or you take like any GHRH peptide, if you don't know how to eat, you're going to cause yourself to possibly become type 2 diabetic. Okay, because it will raise sugar levels like that. So you got to know when you're going to eat carbs or how you're going to eat sugar if you're going to eat it if you're taking these drugs. So I'm saying people just taking these drugs and they don't know how to do them or how to use them or when to eat. They're not going to be set up for success. You really got to know some of these things to really know what you're doing, to do it right and get maximum results without doing something negative. So
I got to stop you for a second. I'm sorry, I got to stop you. You guys, everything I was just talking about is not what John and I recommend. Just FYI.
No,
I know
not.
most of you are not going to pick up on the sarcasm there, but that was called sarcasm. We used to use that back in the dark ages. And that's to say how idiotic it is to go to that kind of level.
Yes.
When you're just trying to build your body a bit and make it healthy. So understand that sarcasm. If you picked up on it, great. If you didn't, have somebody in your household or run into a wall with your head. Thank you.
Yeah. So, so at that point, like, some people take insulin, as far as that goes, to combat some of these different things. But, when you're taking something like a GLP like this regulates insulin the best you could possibly regulate. It's super cool, like the way it works. It gets a lot of hate from a lot of people out there. And I understand, like I said, I'm the guy that thinks that people should change their lifestyle to be healthy, not just depend on a drug to be able to be healthy. So, at that point, like it's a love-hate relationship, but It's just there's so many benefits, and this is why these guys are doing it. Why wouldn't you? If you can get maximum fat loss, like pulling fat like crazy, have optimal sugar levels, right? And try to look like Mike O'Hearn. Let me see. Let's see if I got some there. Oh, I'm hairy.
I'm no Andreas, but I can at least hang out with you and Andreas. So
Yes.
good there. You were with a lot of beautiful women this weekend.
Yep, we had a lot of awesome tight nets today at Tampa Pro. Tight net at Tampa Pro.
Nikes. Renee.
Oh man,
Holy
she kills it. It's so crazy with Renee, and the reason why is because Renee's 38 years old. She's not on anything. Like I looked at her blood, like there's nothing wrong with her, or nothing high, or
you and I laughed
perfect.
about that
For
because
real.
her coaches, who I know are great.
I know, yeah.
They never even checked her blood work when they started working.
I know. How is that though?
She's probably in her mid-30s, so they didn't think about it. But to look at her, she's 20, and that round muscle bellies and the connections in, and then it doesn't hurt that she's a good-looking girl.
Of course, dude.
Right?
She. I mean, and
I saw
she's
the photo of you guys, and I know how little she is.
Yeah.
But she's next to you guys in heels in a bikini, and man, those muscles are so pretty and round.
Yep.
And I try to tell people, you don't need to be a 300-pound monster.
No.
You need to have good round muscle bellies. And
yes.
You look incredible.
No, she looks stunning, dude. And like I told her, I was like, man, you ain't got much to do. Like, and she's not anything yet. Like, we're gonna get on some therapies. Cause I'm like, I mean, I can make you better, but like, I mean, you're really, really good right now. Like, she looked better than some of those competitors walking in there. I ain't gonna lie. I told her that too. I go, he looks better than some of these competitors that are showing up here that are ready for a show. And you're not even coming in for a show right now. Like you 4 weeks out, I think, or something like that. Like you got a little bit of time. Like it's crazy. So yeah, it was really good. Like, you know, all the tight nets out there.
She can do masters. I think she can. I think she can do masters. I think
at 38 she could. I don't think she's in masters. Huh?
Wow. I think it's 35,
right? 35, right?
I think it is.
Yeah, it's 35. And I don't even think she's in that. So I mean, that might be something we should talk to her about. That'd be easy. I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, she'd smoke those girls for sure.
Yeah, she's great muscle bellies. Or just get back into wrestling, like get over to WWE again. That should be the goal.
Yeah.
Heck with a trophy. Right?
She can do it.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I was just talking to Natty, who's 44, I think, 42. You know, again, yeah, you can.
That's another one that comes from a big legacy, and you know, a big legacy,
right? Oh my God,
Brett or Dad. I mean, like, so I met her. Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was, I think it was her brother, Teddy. I don't know if you ever heard of Teddy. Teddy's like the black sheep of the family.
Oh,
Teddy was. Okay. Do you know who Teddy is? Okay, so Teddy was the youngest WWE wrestler ever, and the youngest to be kicked out of the WWE, the fastest.
What happened?
When I met Teddy came here. Teddy came to the office. This is like 2 or 3 years ago, and he came in. He has like the wrestler clothing on, like the big long pants and like flared out like all this, like And he tells me, he's like, "I'm Teddy Neidhart." I'm like, "What? You're Teddy Neidhart?" I'm like, so, "Brett's your uncle, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm like, oh shit!" I know some of those guys. They're Greek, by the way. So at that point, I'm like, "Oh, it's crazy." I'm like, "Where are you at?" He's like, "Tarpey." Like, just he's the crazy one in the family. That's all I can say.
How old was he when he signed? Was he 18, 19?
He was like 18. He's the youngest ever in the WWE and the fastest ever to be booted. The reason he got booted was, like, in his first show, he did awesome, but he decided he was just going to take it further, and then he hurt the guy, and I'm hurting the guy, and at that point he was done.
That's an odd thing. I did not know that. So Did you want to ask more questions about what's back?
Really quick about Reddit Tide. Just
Come on, let's go.
I was doing something. I may have missed the answer, but I know you said it works. One mechanism of action it works under is appetite suppressant, right?
Right.
That's not the only way it works, right? So my thought was, if somebody is on a diet or meal plan where they need to eat 6 meals a day, they're getting 6 meals of 50 grams of protein each meal, so they have to eat all that food. It's a lot of food.
Right.
If they're taking something like Tide, is that going to hinder their ability to complete their daily meal plan? You know what I mean?
So it's not going to, like, you gotta understand, like, somebody is going to lose weight, right, Jeff? They're going to go into a calorie deficit, right? So they want to lose weight. We got to go into a calorie deficit. Try to hit your protein goal that day, but you're going into a calorie deficit. So those guys are mostly into losing weight. If you're talking about like a bodybuilder, like he's like, hey, listen, I got to get my meals in. Those guys probably aren't going to do the regular dose, and they're probably going to microdose it. That's what's going on with most of these guys. Most of them are microdosing. And at that point, and they were microdosing other GLPs before this, but this one's just a lot better, like I said. So, at that point, they can microdose it where they still got a little bit of hunger and be able to eat and hit their protein. Like, the best thing I could say is, like, you gotta be smart with eating. And if you can be smart enough to pick, like, hey, listen, I need a really high protein meals or even shakes. Cause you got to get in however you can. And sometimes eating the food, they can't get it down. So I'm like, listen, drink the shakes. Drink as many shakes as you possibly can at that point, because you got to get the nutrition in one way or the other. So microdosing would be the way for people to not curb their appetite completely. And Tide, to me, like the feedback that I've got from Tide from everybody that's taken it, is it hasn't curbed their appetite 100%, if that makes any sense. So it's curbed to a certain degree, or
it doesn't make any sense.
So
it doesn't make any sense.
Their appetite is still there mentally, right? And they start eating a little bit, and they're like, oh shit, I can't finish this. So their appetite's not there, but their appetite is there, if that makes any sense. They're still thinking, hey, listen, I want to eat a little bit. And at that point, like, when they eat, they might get 2 bites in, Mike. And that's it. Done deal. Then they feel full.
Yeah, that sounds more legit on what's going on. And I know that we've talked about this. This is the other side of something. This is the side of MK. MK makes you hungry.
Right.
And so I've been dieting down. I got 2 more weeks. And so I took a week there to go, okay, let me just flatline it here. Let me get some carbs in. Let's get the body just regulate a little bit before I push one more time. And so I did the dumbest thing possible. I jumped on MK thinking I'm a disciplined human,
right,
more than most. Holy sheesh.
I know, man. It's nuts.
That's a level of hunger, anger.
I know.
I was like, oh my, it was a train wreck. I got 2 days in, and I'm like, I cannot do this. Yeah. So if you want to put on size, you want to be hungry. Holy sheesh. But if you are dieting, now I understand fully.
Yeah.
Why
that's
you shouldn't diet.
Like I told you?
Because we talked about this. Why don't I just do Tessamamorlin and the MK as I'm dieting to keep some of the size? And now I understand why. That's just. If you got better discipline than me, then congratulations. But
that's what I'm saying for MK, dude. Like, I tell people, like, when they're, I want to raise growth hormone levels. I want to do MK's gonna put size on me and strength. I'm like, yeah, but I was like, if you ain't disciplined, man, you're gonna be. You're gonna be world of hurt doing the negative part. Like, you don't want to gain bad weight either. That's what I'm saying. Like, for somebody that can utilize and do it the right way, like, yeah, it's a great tool. And like, if you adhere to what I tell you, and you have a plan of what you're going to do each day eating wise, you're going to be very successful. If you were that person that has no idea and you start taking this thinking you're just going to do it and fly by the seat of your pants, you're going to have a problem. Unless you know the timing.
Yeah. Let me help you guys out there. Just so you guys understand, I'm in an extreme deficit. And so I don't have the luxury of eating just a maintenance or a surplus of calories. I am in and eating in general, as Jeff jokes. Yeah. So the level of my deficit is even extreme for a bodybuilder because I'm trying to get ready for a project and I got to look a certain way. And that mixed with MK was the dumbest thing I could have ever done. And I lasted 2 days. So not recommended. Focus on the one aspect of it. So Johnny, yeah, ready to tech for me. That's how I need to go.
I'm telling you, like ready to tie, that's definitely the way for sure. I mean, you know, for losing weight, like for somebody to shred up like that, it's definitely the cheat code. If you can take it, I would say, listen, that's definitely the best way to do it. Like it's quick, fast, efficient. Like and this is the crazy thing. Ready to tie hasn't hit commercial yet. Wait till it hits commercial. It's going to go bonkers. And then when it hits commercial, it's going to be like so outdated because there's other things that are coming down the pipeline right now that are going to destroy Red True Tide.
So are they going to block it? Are they going to block it to try to make it a financial gain, or because Kennedy is in there, this probably won't happen?
So this is what happened, right? So when semaglutide tirzepatide, Ozempic, Mounjaro was on the shortage list, compounding pharmacies were able to compound these products, right? This went on for years. Now all of a sudden, the pharmaceutical said, "Hey, listen, we've got enough supply. None of these guys should be doing it." So they sent out cease and desist letters to everybody around the country, all compounding pharmacies, clinics, everything, right? So some of these compounding pharmacies, I mean, we're making, I don't know how many millions of dollars, right, just from this product alone. So these guys said, "Hey, we're not going to stop." So they didn't stop making it, compounding it. So Novo Nordisk, which is a huge pharmaceutical company, billions and billions of dollars, guys, right? Wrap your head around this. Tries to sue these compounding pharmacies here in the state of Florida, multiple, by the way, and loses multiple cases. So what does this set the precedence? So now this sets the precedence that now the compounding pharmacies are looking for restitution for their legal fees, and now they're okay to compound. So, I mean, they open up the floodgates for themselves. There is no infringement or anything like that now, or they can't do it. So when retatrutide does come down, this has set the precedence, this whole deal with these GLPs and the pharmaceutical companies and trying to sue people, that they shot themselves in the foot real bad. And then now you heard Trump the other day, or if you didn't hear Trump, that's okay. But Trump said that, hey, listen, if these pharmaceutical companies don't bring the prices down, like I said, and sign the executive order of 1,500%, then they're going to have a world of trouble coming their way. So they're going to give them a little bit more time. But at that point, like all the pharmacies and stuff like that are up in a raid because they don't know. They don't know what these drugs are going to cost, because Trump's saying that these drugs are going to cost to the lowest country, whatever they're paying, we're going to pay. So like a guy, and the whole thing that brought this on was one of Trump's friends was a New Yorker, went to London, had to buy his GLP-1 pen in London, and got the GLP-1 pen for like $400 or $500. And he told Trump, he's like, I have to pay $1,500 in New York. So it was a big issue. So he went to the TV and he said, hey, listen, I'm signing this executive order against these pharmaceutical companies to bring these drug prices down to the lowest country. Whatever they're paying, we're going to pay. So if it's Somalia and they're paying 10 cents for Ozempic, then that's what we're going to pay. We're going to pay 10 cents. So we're going to see what goes on. There's a lot of different things that are going to change very shortly. I mean, it's like every day when I wake up, I'm like, what's going to happen today? Like, it's crazy. It's nuts. I feel like I live in a movie every day.
Let's do some rapid questions here and then get back to Titan Medical and what's going on this week. So, Jeffrey, you got some questions for us?
All right. How do I fill in my obliques like you, Mike?
Well, it's filling in the whole body as you build. I don't think you want to just build your obliques. That's for sure.
I wouldn't do that. I would not. I wouldn't focus on my obliques at all, bro.
I don't know how big you are and stuff, but you start trying to train the obliques, depending on your size, it may make you look blocky, my friend.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Go for another one.
We got. Hi, Mike. Thanks for the guidance. What are your thoughts on using resistance bands over weights?
Bands have always been good. Bands came from powerlifting. those lockouts on deadlift or the nervous system with the extra loads at the top. So I think bands are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
John, do you ever use bands?
Bands, yeah, for stretching. Arm bands, like for shoulders. I don't use bands like on like bench or anything like that. Huh?
Are they leather?
Leather bands? No.
And are they wrapped?
They're
to
latex.
some kind of
They're latex.
wall latex. Yeah, I think that's a completely different thing. But
I use bungee cords
too. Andreas uses those. All right, go for another one.
Off subject. Did you ever meet Hulk Hogan? I mean, I knew Terry very personally. So, yeah, I don't know. Have you ever met him, Mike? Did you ever meet Terry?
I was with Hulk Hogan at WCW. I was with Hulk Hogan for American Gladiators.
Oh, that's right.
He was the host.
I forgot all about that. That's right. He was the announcer.
I've known him since the early 90s when I first went over to WWE in 92.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
I seen. Did you see what happened to Joey Swoll thing about this Hulk Hogan thing?
I saw what happened on the first aspect of him saying that he was he's a childhood person to everybody.
Yeah.
Eat your take your vitamins.
Take your vitamins and say your prayers.
And then I saw what happened when I guess the pressure and he apologized.
Yeah.
For saying that Hulk was a great guy. If anybody doesn't like that or is mad that he was a good guy, said some things, I don't give a shit.
Listen,
so
I knew Terry very well for a good amount of time, in the last couple of years, and he might have did some bad things, right? Nobody's perfect. Like we've all did dumb shit, right? Or said some dumb things. I think he tried his best to make it right with a lot of people too as well. So I don't know. I if I was Joey, I probably wouldn't apologize to anybody because how many kids, black, white, Asian, how many kids we used to say Hulk Hogan's things out loud and how much motivation and how much
we grew up
did he bring to the world?
He changed wrestling. He changed wrestling. He was the icon. Yeah. He's part of the 80s, 90s. Man,
of course, even 2000s. I mean, think about it. NWO, he was in it for decades, guys. And fuck, man, when he used to come out, he was beat up. And he would still just keep going, man. I'm like, holy shit. It's kind of crazy, but it's different, I guess, right?
What did it teach you? Huh? What did it teach you? What did that teach you? The Joey Swoll thing. What did it teach you?
You stick to your guns. You stick to the way that you feel I guess you don't crack because somebody on the other side is I don't know, basically critiquing you or telling you you're wrong. At that point, if you believe this and this is how you feel about something, I think you should really stick to it and not go back on it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. It didn't teach me anything I already knew. It's social media, guys. Don't worry about what they think. If you were friends with the person or he motivated you.
Yeah.
Stop trying to look for, and I think that's the thing. I think you're trying to appease people, and if you're out there and you're trying to do a social media page and you're not being and I don't know this. I know Joey. He's a good guy. And
he helps a lot of people out, right? He's done a lot of good things. I don't think he should crack to these guys online. I just at that point, you always have some needs coming on you.
Yeah, just do your page how you do your page, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because you like somebody and they do some crazy ass shit, Look at most of my friends; they're absolutely nuts, and I freaking love it. Clark Barker, look at him. Starting his OnlyFans account. He's still nuts. I love it. So you gotta love it. Hey, I got a question here. Let me see if I got this right. AOD, Motsi, And what is this? SLUPP, or is it a term?
Sloop 332.
Okay, so AOD is the fat burner.
Yep.
Okay. MOTS-C,
Another fat burner, turns your body into basically a high boosting metabolic master machine. It basically throws your body like it's exercising into that metabolic state.
what is MOTS-C?
MOTS-C is another peptide.
What is a peptide? Okay.
Yeah.
And why hasn't that been delivered to my house? Holy
MOTS-C,
shit.
MOTS-C is another one you can utilize. I mean, so right now I'm waiting. I mean, at that point, like this other pharmacy says they got like 3 of these things together in one shot. So I'm waiting to get that, to be honest with you.
See,
My,
what you got to get this stuff from them and go, this is for Mike,
of
this is
course,
for everybody else.
of course,
Yeah,
of course. You always get the goods.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, so
Sloop
that's another good
332.
one. The Sloop 332 is an oral capsule. You would take that 2 times a day, one in
Is
the
this a
morning on an empty
peptide?
stomach.
Is it something else?
This is another peptide. This one is going to be good for a number of different things. Like this one, they usually pair with GLP-1s. This one's great for helping getting rid of oxidized fat and all this other good stuff. So it's another one that raises core temperature too, thermogenesis and burning. So it's good for that. Like right now I'm on Sloop. I'm taking it. Took it. This is my 2nd month on it or something like that. It's been pretty good. Another one would be 5-amino 1-MQ that we just dropped. That's another oral. You would take that 2 times a day. Usually those are 50 milligrams. And what that does is that
peptide?
Inhibits. I'm sorry?
Is that
Yes.
a peptide as well?
That's another peptide.
And could you say that name again a little slower?
5-amino 1-MQ.
All right. Everybody get that? Jeffrey, did you get that?
I got it right here.
Will you put that down there just on the feed so these guys can make sure they can get it too?
So this one is really cool. The reason why 5-amino 1-MQ is super cool is because it inhibits something called NNMT inside the body. And NNMT, what it does is it basically puts a lock or a governor on your body of how much fat you can burn, how much stored fat you can burn inside the body, right? So what does this do?
What did I just miss?
What?
What was that statement again?
So NNMT is a thing that it inhibits, okay? And NNMT is like almost like a lock, right? I'm just doing layman terms, like a lock and a gate, right? And it only lets so much stored fat get out or get burned.
Like a myostatin for fat.
That's right. So it inhibits NNMT, so it breaks that lock, so it opens up the floodgates to be able to burn all the fat. Super cool. Super cool, guys.
World are we in?
Future.
Holy
it's nuts.
shit, we're in the world of, yeah.
Guys, listen to me. Some of these pharmaceutical companies are making things right now that will help you grow muscle and burn fat at the exact same time, the unicorn effect. And it's coming. It's in phase 3 right now. Like I've seen some of these things. I'm like, this is gonna get crazy. It's gonna get nuts. And then after that, like you talk about CRISPRs and gene editing, like guys, like that's at our fingertips right now. Like almost like you can do this like right now, like change genes, change DNA. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts.
This is concerning to me because
why? It's enhancement.
Yeah, but it's concerning to me because there's an aspect of hard work and dedication that builds much more than a good body with no fat and all that. And so there's a possibility, there's 100% possibility that all this hard work and dedication every single day is now minimized to where you can create a physique half-ass. Now, great, that's awesome for the majority of society, but that's not great for those people that I love, the ones that change the world, the ones that do put in the hard work and they become something more. And so I just worry about not the ones that are going to look for the half-ass way. That's great. We can get people that don't want to train, that don't want to do that, and don't want to diet in shape, and that's what Titan Medical helps you do. I just hope some of you out there continue to do the dedication of changing the diet the best you can, and put in the work and the harshness of that work. It's the only thing I worry about.
Now listen, I'm all about that. I told you that's exactly what I preach. I want somebody to have a healthy lifestyle, be active, eat nutrition, sleep, drink water, do these things. Majority of society does not think like that, though, Mike.
I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And at that point, it's like, all right, cool. Like they're not going to have to. They're going to be working smarter, not harder. I mean, at that point. But here's the difference, okay? And you can kind of piece it together like this, right? Because everybody wants instant gratification nowadays. It's how fast, right? And how much it's going to cost me. Because I want it fast. I want it like now, tomorrow. But people that get things fast, and this could be a young athlete, this could be a drug dealer, this could be anybody, it goes fast, right? They don't appreciate it because they haven't worked hard enough to really appreciate or value it. It's like a guy who has to earn $1 compared to if I give a kid $1. Kid's not going to know the difference between the value of that $1 because they didn't earn that $1, right? They didn't earn the muscle, they didn't earn the weight loss. They don't really care, at that point. That's the difference. And the people that do care and the people that are going to do the right thing like we want, those people are going to get tremendous results and look even better than those other people. So it's not that they're going to be even on the same level. They're going to be at a different level if they work hard and they put in that dedication, right? Like that just is what it is. They'll be better in so many other ways than the other person that it won't even matter.
Here's one for you, Johnny.
All right. IGF-1 LR3 has been one of my absolute favorite peptides for short-term periods. Clear skin, my memory and focus was so noticeable. Energy and pumps are off the charts and the best I've ever felt. Didn't get hunger like MK. Absolutely. IGF-1R3 is definitely one of the best in the tool shed, right? That's why we make you do blood work instead of like a growth hormone releasing peptide, because IGF-1 is the truth. IGF-1 takes out all the work as far as the race, like injecting growth hormone in your body, getting it, going from the pituitary down to the liver, and then converting it to IGF-1. We're talking about straight in, get to work, let's go. And that's the thing that IGF-1 really excels at. And then it does so many different things for somebody, right? We're talking about all the anti-aging effects, the skin, the hair, the nails, right? And then we look at all the other great things, the metabolism, weight loss, lean muscle building. I mean, this is what people want. And this is where people really want to go. It's the anti-aging and preventative side. And IGF-1, if you can utilize it, is definitely one I would utilize in your regimen. I do it as much as I possibly can.
What else do we got going on over at Titan Medical?
Blood specials going on today, and then I think that's it. We got the blood specials going on this week. Oh, duh! IGF-1R3 is on special this week.
Booyah!
Like, hey, that was a great lead. I appreciate that.
That's kind of a lead in there, my friend.
IGF-1 LR3 is the therapy of the week this week. If you guys call up, you guys will get a discount. Just say you guys heard it on on Titans Talk with me and Mike, or just mention Mike's name. You guys will get the discount for IGF-1 LR3. So IGF-1 LR3 is one of the therapies that does require blood work. Hormone replacement therapy like testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and IGF-1 are the only things that we require blood work before prescribing. This is great because if you want IGF-1 LR3 and you've not got blood work, we are going to give you the blood work special of $130 for it. So at that point, if you order IGF-1 or you want to order your IGF-1, you can order the blood test and get the discount because we want to make it easy for you.
I love it. Johnny, you gave us some highly new things and to me as well to finish this out this next 2 weeks. And then with the aminos, you have both the Hercules potion and that's something people can get?
Sure. A Hercules potion, Titan Complete, Titan Serenity, like all those. Yeah, absolutely.
Yesterday I took my Titan Serenity and I think I took it at 6 o'clock. Yeah. Well,
you got some rest, huh?
I was up at 2:30. I mean, I got to sleep. I slept great, but man, I was up. And then I was like telling him I was on the phone with Mickey Rourke this morning at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my God, for real?
Yeah, he messages and I go, dude, I'm up right now. He goes, I am too. Call me.
Oh
So,
my God.
so that
That's
was my
awesome.
morning. Yeah, my morning was that, an hour of cardio and some sauna at
Jeez.
2:30 till 5 in the morning. And so
Oh my God.
a great day, but Titan Serenity really does work. It helps you get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe don't
That
take
one's
it
good.
that early. Don't. Mostly if you're worn down a bit. And yeah, so that was my day.
It's always a good one. It's definitely
It
always
was.
a good one for sure.
Thanks, Johnny, for hanging out, my brother.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, guys.
We'll check in later.
Yes, sir.